This is Nellie, and welcome to Potter's Nan. So this week I want to share with you my Burrow kitchen shelf and also my little mini B&M haul. So one of the reasons that I went to B&M recently was to see if I could find a Harry Potter figure to fit into my new shelf, which is my depiction of the Burrow kitchen in the Weasleys household. I didn't know what I was going to find. The thing with B&M is you never are quite sure what they're going to have and what they're not going to have, and every store seems to have different bits and pieces, so it is a bit of potluck. However, they usually have something, and this time I was really lucky. So what I'm going to do is have a look at what's in the bag first, unbox anything that's in there, and then hopefully the Harry Potter figure that I found will go into my shelf and you will see my Weasley's kitchen. Okay then, here we go. Let's have a little look at the B&M mini haul. So I'm just going to go random potluck. Obviously I know what's in there, you don't. First out is this. Now, I know it's just a bag and there are all sorts of Harry Potter bags out there on the market, but I fell in love with this because look at all the characters from Harry Potter that are on this reusable shopping bag. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So the front and the back are the same. I think I paid something like £2-3 for it. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. I don't think I'll use it. I think I'll just keep it on one of my shelves. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So that was my first little pickup from the shop. What else have we got? Okay, so these are Harry Potter toppers. Now, I'm assuming that toppers are what you put on the top of your pencils. And there were several to collect, but the one that I picked up, I don't know if you can see that. If I put it on an angle, maybe that might be better, is the Professor pack. And we've got Lupin and Snape and Dumbledore. We've got Hagrid up the top and McGonagall down in the corner down here. I think they're absolutely cute. If it's something that you wanted to collect, as far as I can tell from the back, there's several sets to collect. There's one with all the sort of Harry Potter characters, so Harry, Hermione, and Ron. There's also Death Eaters and, obviously, Draco. Sorry, I was trying to read it then. It's quite small print on the back. But as a little Harry Potter set to go on a shelf, I think that's quite a cute little thing. For this, I paid £4. You know, if you are looking at spending pocket money, this is something that, you know, is quite an easy and cheap, affordable little thing to collect if you're putting something on your shelves. So quite like those. So that's the toppers. I just pop them over there. This one I was really, really chuffed with. I have got quite a lot of pop figures, but none in Harry Potter. I've got lots in the Marvel collection and I've got quite a few in other collections, but I haven't ever had any in my Harry Potter shelves. And I saw this one, and again with B&M you have to rummage through the boxes because you don't know what's at the back, and that's where this one was hiding. It was the only one in about 30 or 40 on the shelves that was Harry Potter related. It cost me £4.99 and is Tom Riddle. I hold in there so you can see him. Now again, this one is from an early set, I believe. But I think to pick up something like that, you know, it's quite a bargain really. I was really quite impressed with that. I'm very happy. So Tom's going to sit on my shelf somewhere, not quite sure where yet. And maybe it will be the start of me collecting more pop figures, who knows. But obviously from the Chamber of Secrets, and on the back of the box it tells you other characters that you could collect, which are quite sweet because they've all got mandrakes in their hands. But yeah, so I managed to get myself a pop figure Tom Riddle. Pleased with that. Right, what else have we got in the bag? And before I get the figure, I'm going to do this one. Now, I've seen lots of people on channels unboxing these mystery wands, and this is from the Professor series. So I thought I'd get one and give it a go and see what they're like, see what quality they are. it's always very difficult to tell until you actually have one in your hands. So should we go ahead and unbox it and see what we get? Okay, let's open the wand and see what we've got. So I've got some scissors here ready. So we just cut off the top here. I'm going to keep the back, because the back tells us, oh, upside down, the back tells us which Professor's wands it might be. Nobody knows until we open the box. Okay, so wasn't expecting that, but it's actually in quite a decent box. Wizarding World, got all the usual Harry Potter insignia on it. Let's give it a go, see what we get inside. Okay, so I'm just going to slide it out for the first time. Ooh. Ooh, who is this? Okay. So, first of all, I'll show you. So, there's the wand in its packaging, there. And underneath, this is quite heavy, there is a stand to put the wand in here. So, just take that out of the packaging. So, there's the stand. It's Sybil Trelawney on the front there, and it's got a Hogwarts badge there. I like Sybil Trelawney, so I'm quite happy with that. And then at the back here, we have another little piece. Oh, this is heavy. I wasn't expecting it to be that heavy, but it's really quite solid. So this is the obviously sort of like an insignia of Sybil Trelawney, and I think that is meant to depict the globe with elephants holding it up so that she can read everybody's fortune. So I think what we do is we place that in the front of that, which is quite smart. It's very good quality. It's very heavy. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but there's the wand. Again, it's probably made out of some sort of, I would say resin plastic. It's not wood. But it's very well made. It's got the insignias all the way around it, and the decoration details is quite good. So, all ready to make some magic is Sybil Trelawney. So then I believe that we stand it in the stand like so, and then you have Sybil Trelawney's wand. So there we go. I can add that to my wand collection. Well, I'm really happy with the wand. So I've got one more thing in my B&M bag to get out. And as I said, I went looking specifically to find a Harry Potter figure that I would hope would fit into my shelf that I've just made. And I was so excited because, drum roll, I managed to find this. Now, I think this cost me, it was about £10–12. It wasn't that expensive. Oh, by the way, the wand was £14.99 if anybody wanted to get one. But I found this. I was so excited. He was the only one on the shelf. And he's from a series of 4 where they do Hermione, Ron and Lord Voldemort. But this is Harry in the box. Again, it's all wrapped up in the Wizarding World packaging, made by McFarlane Toys. I've never heard of them, so we're going to open it up and have a look. As far as I can tell from the packaging, it comes with Harry's Patronus, which is the stag. I won't need that on the shelf, but I will need Harry. So should we unbox him and see what he's like? Okay, so I've got some scissors. I'm just going to open up the top. I think the figure's based from the Deathly Hallows film, from the clothing that it's wearing. I'm not very good at this. I'm rubbish at opening up boxes. Let's try. Oh, okay, we'll go that way instead. Yeah, so I think it's from the Deathly Hallows, but I'm judging that on the clothes that the character is wearing. Sealed up very well, that's for sure. Okay, let's give this another go. Right, we are in the box. Normally, I take a little bit more care when I open up my boxes because I think it's really important as a collector to keep the boxes for your items, you know, if you ever want to put them back in them or what have you. But there we go. So at the back of the box, we have sort of little cardboard cutout, which has got undesirable #1 Harry Potter on it. And here we go. So he's all encased in his plastic at the moment. So I'm going to take him out. There's a little stand. There's the stag, and it looks as though the antlers come separate to the stag, so that's got to be built. And then Harry. So I'm just going to take it out now, and then I'll put it together and see what he looks like. Well, I'm glad I didn't film myself unboxing that, actually taking it out of that plastic wrapper, because that was complicated. It was sealed in with so much sellotape and sticky stuff. It was unbelievable. And also came in lots of bits with no instructions. So I think I've got it right. Well, first of all, I'm going to show you Harry. So there you go. You tell me whether or not you think that's quite a good depiction of Harry. The toy itself is made out of a very rigid, solid type of plastic. It actually, which surprised me, has bendable joints, although they are quite stiff, but you can pose him if you want. And almost got thrown away, but found it at the last minute. There was a tiny, tiny little wand in the package for him to hold. But it's not too bad. And as you'll see in a minute, I'm quite excited because he's just the right size to go into my new shelf. So there was a little stand for him with his name on, which you can put him on if you want, if you were just going to have him standing on a shelf. So that was the Harry bit. And it also then came, this was a little bit complicated, with his Patronus, the stag. There you go. Now, it's come in bits, so the antlers are separate, and then it comes on this little stand so that you can actually, I presume, have it next to Harry on your shelf. The bits don't fit together terribly well. A little bit disappointed in that, and I would be very careful depending on what age you were buying it for, because they're going to fall out quite easily. If it's not really a play thing, it is definitely a shelf thing. It also came with these two little brackets, and as of yet I have no idea what they're for, so I'm just going to put them to one side. But there we go. There's my B&M Harry and his Patronus. So thank you very much, B&M. Nice little shop. And as I said at the beginning, you never really know what you're going to get when you go in. You never really know what you're going to come out with. So if you do go to B&M to shop, good luck with your Harry Potter searching. So now it's time to introduce Harry to the Weasley's kitchen. So welcome to my version of the Weasley's kitchen in the Burrows on my Weasley's kitchen shelf. This shelf has been the one that's taken me the longest to actually put together. As you'll see, it's quite detailed in certain things. Let me give you a little tour around the Weasley's kitchen and see what we can find. So obviously in the corners we have the wonderful stained glass windows of Molly's kitchen. There, some of them have got blinds and some of them have got curtains looking out into the, well, I presume like a farmyard. So in the corner I've made the chair with Molly's knitting of a long scarf, probably for Ron for a Christmas present, and the clock with all the faces on to depict who's in, who's out, who's at school, so she knows where the children are. And then if I can move back a little bit, you'll see the table all set for everybody, and it's a mix-match of everything. As it is in the Burrows, they don't have a lot of money, and they've just gathered things together, so everything is a bit mismatched. Although if you look very closely at the set on the films, Molly has got her favourite china, and I've tried to depict some of that on the table. There we go, there's the table. We've got some bread and wine and some fruit already. Then in the back here we have the dresser with Molly's collection of teapots on the top, And then all of the pots and pans and plates and jugs and bits and bobs that she's got hung up. And then I'm just going to move you out and around the corner. So over here, we've got another window and there's a little shelf with little odd bits and bobs above the sink unit. And I made this little sink unit. It's even got a little plug in it, look, where the washing up is done. And then as we just come around the corner, we have a little unit with some veg. And then up here, we've got the family portraits, picture of the house, and a picture of Ron as a little boy. So it's taken a while, as I said, to make. I've made everything that is on this shelf, and it's all been made with bits and bobs, things that I've found around the house. An amazing trip to Hobbycraft to get some wood bits and bobs there to try and put it together. Odd bits of felt, Fimo to make obviously all the plates and cups, etc. And I've had the most fun putting this one together. So now I'm just going to get Harry and put him in and see what it looks like. There. So I've just put Harry into the kitchen. Unfortunately, he doesn't stand up very well on his own, so I've had to stand him on his little stand, which you can see down there. But there we go. And he can decide which chair he wants to sit at for dinner. But he probably wants to sit next to Ginny. And there we go. So there is my Weasley's Burrow kitchen shelf with Harry. And I'm really pleased with that. Thank you for watching. I hope that you liked the B&M shop, and if you go there, I hope that you're successful on finding some Harry Potter bits too. Well, Harry is now sat or stood in my Weasley kitchen shelf. I'm really pleased with him, and that's where he's going to stay. And I put his Patronus on a different shelf. Thanks again for watching. I hope you're all looking after yourselves out there. So from me, Potter's Nan, ta-ta for now. See you soon.